3, 2, 1, 1, 1. Beards, 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 confetti, explosions, jump, 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 jump. What's up? My name is DJ Honeycomb, and my EDM mixtape's coming out this weekend. What's up? Support the artists. And I got the hottest tracks. My tracks are so hot, you can dip them in honey. You're probably wondering, what kind of tracks do I have? First one, Beards, Beards, Beards. It's the same song. It's still the same song. Be patient, wait a second. It's still the same song. I'm just playing, don't worry, relax. It's still the same song. I love that joke so much, it's so much fun to perform, that I got it tattooed on my body. Like right here, I don't know if you can see, sir, but it's a honeybee wearing DJ headphones, and the background is Honeycomb. That cost me $250, and it's my favorite thing about myself other than my beard. I'm also a big fan of animals. Like I love honeybees, and I love just watching nature documentaries, to the point where I now complain about nature documentaries. It's one complaint. Don't make the animals seem too human. It gets weird. Like, I don't want to hear about Stoffel the honey badger and his girlfriend Hammy. Honey badgers don't have labels. It's not like one morning Stoffel's gonna wake up, look over at Hammy and go, I gotta put a ring on this girl, and then go off in the Sahara Desert and find a ring or a pebble, something that means something. He's a badger, he doesn't know, but something that seems important. And he finds it somehow, and he brings it back to Hammy, and she's still sleeping, so you have to like wake her up, but you're proposing, so you can't kick her awake. But because Hammy's like, stubborn, you gotta shake her like an earthquake and go, I don't know what happened, it was an earthquake, we're safe now. And then when Hammy kind of rises to her feet, and is still a drama queen, so they wake up like this, just like, let's go. Why was the earth shaking? Stoffel gets down on one knee, because even though he's a honey badger, he's still a gentleman. And he looks up at Hammy and goes, Hammy, would you make me the happiest honey badger in the Sahara? And like Hammy just woke up, he's like, was not expecting this. You're the only honey badger I've ever known. So yeah, cool. And like Stoffel gives her the pebble, and they're so happy. And all of a sudden, like thousands of honey badgers come out of nowhere, and that's their families. And then it gets quiet, and there's just a shadow that casts over it, and it's a giant eagle. The eagle might just ruin the entire reception, and he lands there. And because love does exist, he overcomes his animal urges to eat the honey badgers and takes up the role as the pastor. And he stands there and goes, I was not prepared for this. I just got the credits like online today. You guys are real spontaneous. Like you don't even have like groomsmen and women. Like you guys paid for it. All right, cool. Stoffel, Hammy, this is too weird, guys. I don't know how this works, which again, just did the internet thing. You can kiss the bride, and they kiss and they kind of go off into the sunset. And I promise you, it's going to stay the same amount of weird the rest of my time. It's not going to get weirder, it's going to stay right here, so stick with me. Alright? Just grab my hands and hold on as we go on this adventure. An adventure like a Tim Burton movie, filled with heroes and Gumbits. Now, Gumbits, if you're unaware, are magical quest creatures like hobbits that I created based off myself. So they're short, angry, bearded alcoholics with childhood issues who are very loyal. They're so loyal, it's not, how loyalty is a tattoo? It's loyalty on your chest, that doesn't mean you're loyal. Also, a blood oath doesn't mean you're loyal when you're in Gumbit land. It's permanent, it's forever. It's a brand on your hand. It's the hero's face tattooed on their hand. That way, when they're in battle, it's hand to face combat. And you're probably wondering, Taylor, Gumbits probably have bows and arrows and spears. No, they don't, because heroes are douchebags, and they have dibs on the bows and arrows and spears. So Gumbits are left with crossbows. Don't let that fool you. They are vicious. They sneak out of anywhere. They're crazy. Now they're also like, Taylor, well, we know how this goes. You're very predictable. They all ride horses. No. Gumbits ride buffalo. You want to know why? Because they're tiny, and when it gets really cold, they can just burrow inside of the buffalo and stay warm. Now there's a rule with the Gumbits and the heroes. You're only used once. You have one adventure, and then you're retired and you're done, which means you need a backup plan. I have a backup plan. I'm going to cut the face off of a baboon and put its hands in my hands and its feet in its feet, and I'm going to climb trees and introduce myself into the baboon community, like Jane Goodall. Now, Taylor, this sounds insane. You probably thought this through. I did. What you do is you growl louder than the baboon and you win. And if you don't, you steal its kid. Now, I didn't come up with that. That's what baboons do, so don't go, Taylor, you can't steal children. They do it anyways. I'm just going into the community. You have to do what you gotta do to get involved. Don't judge me. Just don't judge me. Like, I have many goals, and I have many dreams and aspirations. Some of them are sane. Some of them are not logical. I want to be yoked like a Minotaur. And if you're unaware what a Minotaur is, it's half man, half bull from Greek mythology. And the main reason I want to be yoked like a Minotaur is when I finally do get a girlfriend, and I meet her friends, it'll actually go well. Like, just imagine, if you will, they're at lunch. You know, they get a 30-minute break from work. They're outside. They go, Becky, when do we get to meet your boyfriend? Soon. And then they're like, he doesn't exist. And that moment in their brains where their subconscious goes, he doesn't exist, and they believe it. I'm on top of a roof with a bow and arrow and a falcon holding a ghetto blaster. And I arch the arrow, and I go, and it flies into a wall, and I zip line down as the ghetto blaster is blaring EDM music, and there's confetti, and I'm shooting a t-shirt gun with my face on it. I gotta build my brand. And I zip line down, and I land like the Hulk, with the destruction all around me, but everyone's still happy to see me. And then I stand like Superman, which it releases endorphins that make you seem more masculine. The comic books don't tell you guys that, that's why he does it. And I'm standing and I'm 7 foot tall, with a 5 foot long beard, with gold beads in my beard that I gathered from my travels. And I have a 13 pack. Why a 13 pack? You don't know when you need that extra pack. And I also have those muscles on your shoulders you don't need, they're just kind of there. I have those. And you know when you're in a bad area and someone might get attacked or shot, it gets really quiet beforehand? It's kind of what happens then. But instead of someone getting shot, there's a rumble from hell. And beneath me, the earth starts to gravitate, and there's a hole underneath me as a Harley-Davidson motorcycle, which, by the way, is the manliest motorcycle known to man. That's why the gentlemen in Sons of Anarchy have Harley-Davidsons. And the devil is pushing up the Harley-Davidson and motorcycle up to me. And when it finally gets to my area, I high-five, fist bump, explosion combo him and go, thank you, goes, you deserve this, awesome. And I sit down on the motorcycle, and you assume the motorcycle, when you rev it, goes, no, it's a special motorcycle. When you rev it, it's the devil's laughter. And I ride it slowly. And she's standing there with her friends, and I look at her friends like, you should have believed her. But my eyesight, I don't need to talk. I'm that tough. And I roll up to her, and I'm still on the bike, and I pick her up with one arm. And those muscles I didn't need on my shoulder, I can use those now. And I put her on my shoulder, and we ride off into the future. We're not afraid of death, because death is afraid of me. That's my favorite joke ever. Like, I don't know how I came up with that, but one day I wrote it and went, this seems good, and then I just ran with it. And like, I don't know if you noticed, but this is being recorded on my iPod, which totally means the government has definitely heard this. And I'm cool with that, for one reason. I just want to know if the government thinks I'm going to make it as a comedian. And if they don't, just send me a Facebook notification. Real simple, tasteful, don't like a sentence. You're not going to make it. Hashtag government knows best. I like to imagine there is a dude in the NSA whose main job is to listen to my recordings and then analyze my Google searches, and he's my biggest fan. Like in his little cubicle that's really sad and gray, there's a colorful picture of me just sitting there going like this. It's like, hang in there, buddy. And what he likes to do is once a month he gathers all of my recordings and he puts them on CDs. And he puts those CDs instead of booklets and binders. And he puts those booklets and binders under his bed. And one day, sometime in the future, next week, I'm in Arizona. And I'm doing a triple run, which is when you do shows on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and they all don't go well, and you question, why are you a comedian? And it's a Thursday night, I've driven all day, and I try to do my comedy. I try to bring happiness to Arizona. But nobody cares. They're just staring at whatever game is on the TV. And they're not even rooting. They're just standing there because it's more entertaining than I am. And halfway through my set, the lights turn off, but I keep going because I believe in myself. And then they just turn off the mic. And what do you do then? So I just start yelling, hoping to go, this guy's determined. But then they still don't listen to me. And I go outside for a smoke. And it's raining, but it's not like that Notebook rain where it's cute and romantic. It's that acid rain that you don't feel it on your skin, you feel it inside of your skin, like that, it burns. It's that hot. And I'm saying that I'm questioning, and I'm not wearing a jacket. I'm festering. That way, the next day I can use all that fuel and then write better jokes. That's what they tell you when you're an artist. Use sadness and you'll become better. So I believe it, and I'm like, okay, this is gonna get better. And I'm holding a cigarette, a clover, the one with mint flavor. That way it hijacks the idea of cancer. And I'm done, so I flick it, but it's not like an it's like Ryan Gosling, and it just disappears in eternity into the acid rain. And before I go light another one, a black SUV pulls up, and a overweight, balding, slightly facial hair covered white man pops out with a handful of binders, and he walks very slowly in a crisscrossy kind of way, like he hasn't walked in a while, just kind of humming to encourage himself. And he walks up to me and he asks me to sign all of the CDs, and because I'm so depressed and sad and lonely, I do it without question. I'm just glad someone's there with me in this moment. And he pulls out a giant Sharpie, and I sign my name over and over again. No questions asked, just doing it. Just like, here we go. And I give him back to him, and I'm putting the cigarette back in my mouth. And he looks at me, and he realizes that this one-way street needs to end, because I've helped him over the years. It's his turn to help me. So he walks over to me, puts the binders down, and he puts his arm over my shoulder. And he whispers in my ear, my right ear. And his sweet, majestic, slightly 30, raspy voice that definitely has cigarette phlegm in it. You're gonna make it. Government knows best. Thank you guys, and say like that. People, you're a comic. Nobody, people just instantly ask, tell me a joke. Nobody ever asks, what's it like to be on stage? And so I figured I'm going to use this opportunity to tell what it's like to be on stage, because I already told jokes. So, that's covered. Your debt is cleaned. I have more talents. On this very stage, there is absolutely nothing. There is no such thing as age. There is no more rage. With a half-crumbled-up page, just me, one molecule in one giant universe, in one moment of time that will flee into eternity. Look into a sea of darkness because the lights are off. Silence is the scariest thing. The cold brick wall is hot compared to the audience. You have never truly found yourself, but in 2.5 seconds, you must pretend you have. Head up, talk loudly. That's all confidence is. These 3 minutes are mine. I need to make them count. As the time moves, so do the words from my brain to my mouth, traveling through space and time, entering into the room, traveling through sounds barriers, connecting to ears and traveling through entire subconsciousness into brains, in hopes of chuckles or a smile, but a smile you can't see. As a heckle you can't hear, because there is none. Time's up, but it's okay, because I'll stand right here in the same spot saying the same thing tomorrow. Thanks.
Oh my gosh.